Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to y'all about Shemi Oshai. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel, and I'd like to also give honors to the Akim that's out here pushing his truth and sincerity to the four corners. Just want to say Shalom. I'm talking about marriage, and a lot of people don't understand what it is. They think what this world say marriage is what marriage is, but it's not. You know, marriage is an institution that's ordained by Yahweh Shemi Oshai. It's a covenant of the Lord between a man and a woman that came from him. It didn't come from this world. So when people say they marry or they indulge in marriage, they got to understand that when they're you have to do it the way it's supposed to be done. The way this world does it is false. For one, they go to a pastor or whatever and get married, right? They read these vows out of a book that look like the Bible. Everyone I see, if I'm tell me if I'm wrong, look like they're reading it out of the Bible. But if you go in the Bible, you'll never find those vows that they read. I don't know where they get them from. I know it's false. I know it's not of this world because I know what the Bible teach that marriage is. You know, marriage is when a man and a woman leave their mother and father and come together to become one flesh. And why does he say that? Why does the Most High say that? I'm gonna go to Genesis 2:21, and it says, and Yahweh thy power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs, and he closed up the flesh instead thereof, and the rib which the Lord Yahweh had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and they were not ashamed. Now, the bone used to create woman was taken from who? The man. And she is then made bone of his bone, right? Flesh of his flesh. So when they're together, they are one flesh. You know, one person, one complete vessel. You know, she is the puzzle piece that completes the man. Just as the scriptures, Genesis 2:24 said. Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and they shall be one flesh. Now, as you see, it says, as his mother and father also followed that same protocol, because they came from their mother and father and cleaved to their wife and became one flesh. Okay? Now, you know, because together a man and a woman can bring forth life. You know the Most High said we are like gods. And what do God do? What do gods do? They bring forth life, right? Okay. So, basically, you know, marriage is not a ceremony. You know, people look at it as a ceremony. They say, I'm gonna go get, in this day and age, they say, okay, well, I'm gonna go get married. And at my wedding, I'm gonna have this, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. But if you look in the Bible, there was only a few wedding ceremonies that you've seen, and it was mostly by kings. You like David and Solomon and people like that. They were people of royalty. They had ceremonies because they celebrated their coming together with them and their wives. You know, so it's not a ceremony. You know, it's when a man and a woman come together, which means to have sex. You know, and the very slang we use today, it even comes from the Bible. You know, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say what I'm saying, but it does. It comes from the Bible. Carnal interpretation is like when a man and a woman, you know, they having sex and it's good sex. Usually they talk during sex, right? And what does the man say? He'll say, oh, I'm about to bust, or I'm about to come, you know. Or the woman will say, she is coming, and no sex is equally satisfying is when they both come together, right? Okay, the term comes from the Bible, to come. The scriptures, what the scripture says, that this word is equal to cleave or embrace. If you look at men being married to women outside of a couple of our kings, like I was telling you at first, that was never a celebration that meant you was married. It was always the sex, the coming together of the man and the woman. I'm going to break this down for you. You know, I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm going to explain it. And this is Deuteronomy 22 and 28. And it says, if a man finds a damsel that is a virgin. So if a man finds a woman that is a virgin, and virgin means a young woman of marriable age, which is not betrothed, which means she doesn't belong to anybody, and he lay hold on her and lie with her. So if he come in contact with this woman and he have sex with her, and they be found out, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver. Because truly, your father's supposed to give the daughter away to the husband, you know. So if this man goes about doing it without asking the father, he has to pay that father, you know, because he have humbled her, and he may not put her away all his days. That is his wife. Now, why is it that this woman is considered this man's wife? Because he had sex with her. And I'm going to tell you why. This is Romans 7 and 2. It says, for the married woman is bound by law to her husband while he is living. But if her husband dies, she is released from the law concerning her husband. So she can't quit him, divorce him, and take another man. He must be dead in order for her to be released from that covenant, because that's the law. But if he puts her away, he must write her a bill of divorce. But she is still bound by the law of marriage as long as he lives. So she still cannot take another man unless he dies. But he, however, can take as many wives as he can afford to take care of. If he take another wife outside of her, he still has to take care of her. Even though he put her away, he still has to take care of her and take care of that new wife. And on top of that, he can't diminish her, whatever he got given, whatever he gives her, whatever he got going for her, he can't take away from her to give to her. They have to get equal, everything equal. He can't, her whatever benefits she got coming from him can't be lessened because he done picked up another wife. No, he got to give her the same stuff he been giving her, and he got to get his new one the same benefits that he's giving the old one. And that's how it works, you know, because this is Hebrews 13 and 4. It said, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers Yahweh will judge. So all you brothers that's running around here in the truth, hitting these sisters, making children, and thinking just because you can have multiple wives, you're not taking care of these women, the Most High gonna deal with you. Because you had sex with her, you know sex is marriage. You know what the law says. So if you had sex with her, that's your wife. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna say, well, if that's the case, before I came in the truth, I went with this guy and we had sex and we had children, and I'm in the truth now and he's not considered to be my husband, or is he considered to be my husband? Let me tell you something. Because you did not know, grace caught you on that. Because you didn't know the law, grace caught you. This is why the Most High said Yahweh Shai, so that we could catch grace. Because otherwise, you would be dead. Because the wages of sin is death. Otherwise, he would have been put you to death. So we call grace, which means that because you didn't know, the Most High caught grace on that. Now that you know, you can't go and just do this and do that and expect to catch grace again. The scriptures say, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. So you can't continue to do what is unlawful when you know the law. You have to keep the law. So if you know that now that when you have sex with a man that you have to be with this man until he dies, then that's the law. And if you go outside of the law, the Most High is going to really deal with you for breaking the law. And the same thing goes for the man. You know, you can't be dipping in these sisters, hitting them, and then go hit another one, and then go hit another. You making these kids. I see brothers in the truth do it all the time. They're not taking care of the wife that they have. Every time you have sex with a woman, you are picking up a new wife, whether you know it or not. If you are in the truth, if you know the law, you're picking up a new wife every time you have sex with a different woman. Know this. This is Deuteronomy 22 and 13. It said, if any man take a wife and go into her and hate her and give occasion of speech against her and bring up an evil name upon her and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of this damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city and the gate. And basically, in this society, that's what brothers do. They'll hit her and have sex with her, and she'll be attached to him. Okay? Because her spirit, his spirit is attached to her spirit. They became one flesh. So this is why the Most High said that a woman must be with one man until he passes away. Because once that man releases in her, that's spirit. That's life that's going into her. That's spirit, your semen. That's spirit. And that spirit clings to that woman. And it's going to stay with her as long as he's alive. Now, what happens when a woman have sex with multiple men and they all alive? That's why you see these women that have dingy and going crazy, bipolar and all that, because they have all these spirits in them. And the Most High is a reason for everything. Everything has its reason and its order. So if you go into a woman and you say, and you have sex with her, and then you say, you know what? I don't like her, man, because she tripping, man. She's starting to be too clingy. She's starting to do this, and she's starting to do that. Deal. That's bad. That's too bad. That's tough luck. You got to deal with her. That's yours. As long as you alive, that's your wife. And if you don't take care of her and her household, the Most High is gonna deal with you. I mean, you're gonna have so many demons on you, bro. It's how it is. You have to take care of that woman. So before you go jumping into a woman because she look good, because you single, and you think you wanna be 1 foot in the truth with the law concerning the women and your wives, and then you want to be 1 foot in the world where people can really feel what you hear. You know where I'm coming from. Hey, look, the things that's the laws of the Most High is not of this world. The things that He put down and ordained, it seems strange to the world. You know, it seems strange that one woman should be with one man all his life. That's how it seems to the world. But as far as the law and the people that's in the truth that understand the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they know this is righteous. This is righteous. And so let me finish. It said, then shall the father of the damsel and her damsel, then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city of the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man, the wife, and he hated her. And lo, he hath given occasion of speech against her. And brothers do this all the time. They'll hit her, they'll be like, man, that bitch a eater, she a runner. I hit that bitch in the back of the car. Woo, 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 woo. And then, when the next man hear that, he gonna be like, oh man, she ain't shit. He done gave her a bad reputation. And this is what we do to our sisters. This is what we do to our sisters, man. And the Most High gonna fuck you up for it. That's just how it works. You know, and it says, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him. They're gonna beat his ass. And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel. And she shall be his wife, and he may not put her away all his days. He's stuck with her. You know? And so, a lot of you brothers, I just wanted to put this out that's in the truth, that don't understand what marriage is. Marriage is sex. Marriage is not a goddamn party. It ain't no goddamn ceremony. It's sex. It's sex. That's what marriage is. If you have sex with a woman, you have just married her. Y'all have came together and became one flesh, and you have put your spirit in that woman. And you don't want to know why she's attached to you? Because you put your spirit in her. Hell yeah, she's gonna be attached to you. Hell yeah, she's gonna try to bust your motherfucking head. Yeah, she's attached to you because the Most High said this is how it goes. So this is why women be ready to kill dudes. And this is why women be ready to fight and fight another female or whatever because they're attached. But a lot of females that's not in the truth don't understand that a man can have as many wives as he can support. And that's biblical law. He must be able to support these women. Because the Most High, yeah, he's dealing with the men of Israel as far as running things are concerned. But don't think for 1 minute that he don't, even though he blasted our women for them being the way they is. But don't think for a minute he don't got laws in place to fuck us up if we fuck over the sister. We can't do it. Now, I mean, if you want to, I could pull up a gang of scriptures that'll support that. What the Most High gonna do to you? You know, if you mess over the daughters of Zion. I mean, it's too many scriptures in there, and y'all that's watching, you know, that know this truth, y'all know this. Y'all know where the scriptures at. I ain't got to bring that shit out right now. But I'm just saying, I just want y'all to know this is important in this day and age, man. Take care of your kids. Take care of your children. Take care of your wives. Take care of your household. Do what the Most High tell you to do. He tell you take your ass out on the highways and hedges and preach. Stop worrying about it looking like you in the camp. Take your ass out there and preach the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, preach the truth, and be in sound doctrine. You know, the whole duty of man is to fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. Those are his commandments. So with that being said, man, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel, and I'd like to give honors to the Akim that's out here pushing his truth and sincerity to the four corners. Shalom.